So I have an idea that I want to share with the art community, but it's hard to do that, so I'm going to tell you about it. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in May of 2023, I made this, and this is a master copy. And it's a master copy because, one, it's a monoprint, so there's only one print that exists of this painting. I should start by saying it's a digital painting, but there's only one print of it, and it's this one. But what makes it more than a monoprint, and turns it into what I'm calling a master copy, is the fact that every digital version after this print was made, I fully deleted it. So all of the print files, there was only like a couple of print files. I had to do some test prints. So all of the test prints were shredded. The print files were all deleted. And the original working files were also deleted. I work in a program called Krita, so it saves .kra files, very similar to like PSDs if you work in Photoshop. So all of those files are gone as well, and yeah, this is all that remains.
So why are people going to care that you have deleted and shredded the other evidence of this?
I'm here saying that this is basically the original copy of this painting. Like, you're seeing it here through the camera, you're looking at this physical object. If you see a photograph of this, I'll probably share photographs. In fact, okay, I tried sharing this idea late last year, and I was like a bit of a coward and I deleted all that stuff. But I did share photographs of this physical piece. There is a video of this physical piece. There's also a screen recording, which is kind of counter to what I'm saying right here, but the screen recording is downsampled inherently, so you never see the image at full resolution. It's also been run through YouTube's compression and all that kind of stuff. I don't think that that even kind of counts as this, especially since I had to do test prints after this was made, so where the screen recording ends, there's still a big painting process. For example, at the top of the image here, can you come over here and like zoom in over here? Can you see all the like subtle differences in color and like value in the white?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first print didn't capture any of that, but in the digital file I did. So I had to go in and artificially paint in extra contrast there, so that the final printed piece looks like what I intended with the digital piece, if you know what I mean. So I guess even on that level, this is a kind of standalone object, like purpose-made, purpose-built and painted to exist in the physical copy.
So it's like if you were an oil painter, you would have one physical oil painting. You happen to use tools that are digital, but you've got one finished physical object in the end as well.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of undisputable. If you ever see this image on the internet, it came, like, its source is this master copy. There's no two ways about that. So yeah, to me this is basically the original painting, and I'm basically sharing it, one, as a kind of invitation to the art community, because I think people should try this and see how you feel about it if you make a piece, because, okay, so here's the process. I go through that whole like test print process, blah, 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 come out with this. The signature at the bottom is a physical signature that I did in Meat Space. So yeah, I got the print, hot off the press, signed it, shredded all of the test prints, and then deleted all of the digital files.
And just for people who maybe don't have the same language, Meat Space is the real world?
Meat Space is the real world.
Okay.
Get it together. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I made this one in the spring of last year. And then I was like a coward and I didn't do anything else with it because, I don't know, I feel weird about this whole thing. And like declaring a new file type. This is my file type. I save as physical fucking paper. So yeah, I made this one after a lot of like going back and forth about whether or not it was a good idea at all. And this one, I'll explain what they mean like as an artist at a different time, but yeah, I don't know. I made it to see if like the feeling I felt when I had signed this one and deleted everything else, if I would feel that again. And that feeling is the feeling of holding an original piece of artwork. Like when I make a pencil crayon piece or a physical painting and you have it, you're like, oh, I need to take care of this now. Because if something happens to this, I'm fucked. Like that's it. That's the image. It's gone.
So it's the value and the uniqueness of the finished piece in the end.
Okay, so in the beginning, I'm a like digital artist. I barely ever do traditional work, and I love digital work. But there is always that like chip on your shoulder as a digital artist where like most people think that it's not real or that it's cheating or like, you know, there's like some like discredit inherently in the medium already. And I think that going about it the wrong way, we came up with the concept of NFTs. And that's when like the first inklings of master copies kind of came into being for me. Because the conversation was being had about, can you have ownership and an original of a digital piece? So we started with the discussion about NFTs as the world. And then very soon after, AI started being a significant problem in the art community as well. And with all of this, ownership of your digital work has become incredibly important. And I think this is just kind of my solution. It's probably not a perfect solution. Like for one thing, I own a printer and I had the means to get the paper to do this all in-house. So I can, with 100% certainty, say there are no other copies like at a print shop or like whatever. I never sent anything through the internet. I didn't do any cloud saves. That takes a certain amount of privilege and access to resources. So it's not perfect, but yeah, this is just kind of my answer to like digital ownership. Because if you want this piece, it's not for sale. Like, you can't have it. You can have it at a distance, and you can have, like, whichever sections I, like, deem to, like, zoom in on. But actually, that's another thing I wanted to talk about with these pieces, because I was talking about viewing stuff through a screen before, and, like, yeah, this looks fine on a screen. It looks a lot more polished, though, than it really is. I think all of my artwork does. But if you, like, get in close, and it's like, zoom in, like, here, like, you can see that I scribbled that.
Right.
But, like, you can't see my hand for real. And it's like, look, a lot of digital artists, no hate or anything, there are so many amazing brushes out there that can simulate different things in lots of different ways. But primarily, all I do is use brushes that give you strokes. Like, every single stroke here is an individual stroke that I put on this page. So, yeah, you can kind of see that through a screen, but, like, you can't really... I don't know.
You said you can't buy this. Are you going to end up selling some of your pieces?
Yeah, for sure. But this one's, like, just kind of personal to me. Being, like, a fucking artist now. This one means something to me. Oh, my God. Yeah. This one means something to me. And it's the first one I ever made. Like, this is the first master copy to ever exist. I'm not selling this. Fuck off. Maybe one day. You know what? If you offer me $1 million for this, whoever's out there, I will sell it to you. Just get in touch with me. $1 million or more. Otherwise, no, it's not for sale.
Plus inflation if it, takes years.
Yeah, if you see this in like 2030.
Yeah.
And the dollar's worth like fucking nothing.
Anything else to say about it? What do you hope people will take away from this video?
Oh my god. So if you're an artist, give it a shot. Honestly. Paint something like this. So this one, I spent like I'm manhandling these after talking about how like precious they are to me. So this one took like so many fucking hours. I think I spent most of May painting this on and off. So obviously it's very precious to me for that reason too. So when I went to do this one, and I was like kind of testing how I feel about this whole process, I purposefully made something super easy and sketchy. I think I spent like an hour or two on this, maybe. So yeah, do something super shit and turn it into a master copy and see how you feel about it. Yeah.
And come back and tell you?
Sure, if that's how you feel about it. Tag me if you do make a master copy. I want to see your artwork. That's pretty cool. And also, this is not a discussion that investors are a part of, or people who like collect artwork even. I have more respect for collectors, obviously. But yeah, I feel like this is a discussion for the art community. And if the art community thinks this is cool, then that's fine for other people to accept it and deal with it. But honestly, even if the art community doesn't care about this at all, this video is also me just saying, I do this now. Like, not all of my artwork will become master copies. I think on my website I will differentiate. I'll have like a section for master copies and a section for stuff that's just purely digital. But yeah, no, I fucking love this. I'm gonna keep doing it. And I'm going to, like, my real goal is to try to get into galleries and like have like legitimate art shows and like sell master copies as original paintings, because it is an original painting, because I said so.
That's it? That's the end?
Sure. What do you think?
I think it's good.
Okay.
I think you said some good stuff.
Okay.